set up the audio. Okay, so I wanted to quickly review the market and the state in which it is right now. We had a red candle today and small pullback, and as you have followed before on the SPY, it had reached the target of 416.91 and then retraced a bit. We still have positive momentum on the RSI, so that's not something to worry that much. We are on the oversold territory though, overbought territory, which is something to have precaution on it. However, we still have positive momentum on the RSI, and if we quickly see on the 1 hour trade, we did broke the channel that we were going into since we break the correction earlier, and it almost looks like we're heading down to fill up this gap at 400. I'm not exactly sure if we're going to get there tomorrow. In my opinion, the 1 hour is very oversold, as well as the 4 hour, and it may look like we may have a maybe a back test to this 418, 419, and the reason why is perhaps because that's sometimes how the market works. So I did had some bearish myself. I did had some bearish positions, and then I closed them down here. I knew this was support, and perhaps tomorrow, if we break above this level 412, we're probably gonna head back to back test 419, and we're probably gonna get out of this channel, and we'll see what that happen. This may be a false breakdown. On the other side, let's go check at the QQ real quick, and if you have a suggestion about a stock to review, let me know. But it's the same thing with QQ. We still have positive momentum to the upper side. We got to the target of 341, and then we sell off, and then we're currently finding a little bit of support right here at 334. This is somewhat normal to consolidate in between these Fibonacci extensions, and if we break this 33.4, it's very likely that we're coming back to the next level to 330. So it is to be determined, but like I say, we haven't broke, we don't have negative the RSI is still positive with positive momentum. And then if we look at the QQ at the 1 hour chart, it's a very similar than the SPY. We broke the channel that we were going, and then now we're going sideways. One thing to notice is that we did win or created a intraday a lower low. So the previous low was 335, and then we closed today at 336. So that's a sign right there. If we stay above 336 at the open, it's very likely that we may go back and test the 334. Reason why is because, again, the 1 hour and the 4 hour are oversold, and even though we're losing momentum in the 1 day, it is not enough to be able to break down with velocity. And on top of that, I think we still have positive momentum on the weekly RSI. So that's it for the QQs. There is something to notice as well and to pay attention with the SPY, especially when we look at the weekly. When we look at the weekly, we are in the oversold territory. Last time we were at the oversold territory was probably like right here, and then we keep dragging to this. We keep melting up. So I don't think it's big warning Before then it was right here before the crash, but it did give us a negative divergence before the crash happened. We broke the positive momentum, and then that was the signal for the crash. We haven't got that signal so far, so we can still melt up. I wanted it to go to some of the hot stocks, Tesla being one of them. And yeah, in the weekly chart, this is what it looks like, and we do have a negative divergence at the weekly. We have 1, 2, and 3 picks, and that's not a very bullish sign. However, in the 1 hour, in the 1 day, right here, I wanted it used to have a more of a shorter reader of the chart. Today, this is where we currently are, and yes, we are. There's a trend line right here. That's where we bounced yesterday, and we were not able to get there today. We still have positive divergence on the RSI. However, we did broke this trend line that was being a guide for moving forward the upper momentum. So I think that what we're gonna see tomorrow is something that I'm gonna show right here. So I wanted to show what it looks like, and it looks a little bit messy here, what it looks like in the 1 hour chart. So currently we have completed this zigzag correction, and it hit the target that I had of 692 right here. That was yesterday, and so we completed it. We fill out this gap, so this gap is gone. We came back to the upper side of the trend line, the downtrend, and then we got rejected from this trend line. Now we're sort of a triangle at this point, so if tomorrow we open with positive momentum, it's very likely that we're gonna backtest 3736, but if we break down, we're gonna go back to 692. Those are my 2 targets for tomorrow. Looking to see how much of a momentum it picks up. My bias right now is to the downside due to the momentum on the 4 hour and the 1 day. They are slowing down, and then even though the 1 hour picked up from here to this part, it may slow down to the point that we're gonna see a rejection, and 691 will be my target for Tesla for tomorrow. NIO. So NIO is still consolidating right here, and it is probably waiting for earnings. It may not move very much. It had a, relative to the market, it had a positive day of 41%, and it looks like the 20 moving average has been acted as resistance. Every time it touches the 20 moving average, it get rejected. So in this case, if you're not currently in NIO and you want to wait for a signal to buy, it will be, if we break above and we close above the 20 moving average, that's probably going to be a buying signal. Again, I think these are decent prices for NIO, and if it breaks below 34 and we close below 34, that's probably going to be a bear signal. And I'm not exactly sure how far down we're gonna go. We have this large triangle which probably gonna break down in a very violent move, and if I just look it up real quick, and yeah, in the 1 hour, it doesn't really show very much from what we already saw on the 1 day, except that we have positive momentum on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, perhaps not as much on the weekly and the 1 day. So that is, I mean, part of the consolidation. Again, if we break above and we close above the 20 moving average, that is going to be the buying signal. However, if we break down out of this triangle, it's very likely that we're going to have a big sell-off, and that's probably why there is a lot of bears that are getting into this position. If you have any suggestions, maybe stocks that you are bullish or bearish about, please put it down in the comments. For now, this is all I wanted to cover. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.